Hello everybody, Skippy Gamer here. Welcome to my video review of Mother 3 English version. This is the last game in the Mother trilogy, not counting the fan-made Mother 4 coming soon. Unlike the previous games, this never made it to America, so there was no English version for us Americans to enjoy. To this day, people demand the release of Mother 3 in America, all of which were ignored. Although I think that may end, concerning that before the Nintendo World Championship of 2015, at the Treehouse Live event, the creator of the franchise, Shikasato Itoi, gave us a game for the Wii U called Earthbound Beginnings, which is Earthbound Zero, a game I already reviewed. So, due to that announcement, I have high hopes for the wishes fans wanted for many years. Good question, John. A group of people made an English patch version for the PC so people can play it in English. Although I have heard, and I think it is written here also, that if Nintendo should ever release Mother 3 for America, that this game would be deleted forever. So, enjoy it now. The game is free to download on their website. I found this version on viz.com for some reason, which is what I've been playing on for a while now. But do I agree with all the other fans who demanded this game for years? Or do I think it's okay even if it doesn't? Well, let's press the start button and find out. Story. The story begins in an island called Nowhere Island. First Onett of Eagle Land, and now this name. Seriously, Itoi? In this island, we find a small house far away from a small town where the grandpa of Lucas and Klaus are. If the name Lucas sounds familiar at all, then it's because he is from Super Smash Bros. Brawl and is a DLC character for both versions of Smash 4. Anyways, the boys are at their grandpa's house, and it's the day before they have to head home. After playing with some friendly dinosaurs and fighting a talking cricket, they go home for lunch. You killed him! How could you? After lunch, the mother writes a letter to her husband, which will take a while to read through, so you better get comfortable while this goes on. After she sends a message bird off, a UFO with an odd song flies by. Then the title comes on. Now, I think this intro right here, for many reasons, surpasses the rest of the trilogy. Good work, Itoi. That night, the ship that the wife saw earlier started bombing the entire forest. The The ship that came had an army of pigmen. Pigmen? Can you get any weirder, Etoy? The people of a small town got to notice of this, and rushed to help put out the forest fire, including Lucas and Klaus's father, Flint. As they rush off to stop the fire, they find out that someone is actually still in the forest. After saving the father, and then heroically saving his son, they go back to see if the kid's father is okay. As rain falls, which puts out the fire, the town wonders if Hinua and the kids ever made it back. Flint went home to find the pigeon that carried the letter Hinua written to Flint earlier. And no, you can't skip reading it again. Later, the entire town goes to search for his wife and kids. After a while, Flint's dog finds out that a scrap of cloth from Hinua's skirt is hanging on an old tree on a tall mountain. After this, the old person tells the dog to get his son to help. The cutscene that follows after that is the best scene I have ever seen in the Mother trilogy. Ever! The music put in with this cutscene is so dramatic and so epic. I mean, listen to the music while this cutscene plays. Seriously, listen. Best scene ever! After climbing the mountain, they find the pigmen have fused a deer with some mechanical parts to attack them. Okay, now that's just gross. After beating it, they find out that they are here to modify all living creatures on Earth to make them look cooler. For some reason. After the pigs escape, the group heads to a camp and they find the kids. Later, they find out that Hinua was killed. After that, Flint, over character, actually acts out of anger over her loss. Now that, right there, is a sad moment, and was played out right with the song. I mean, come on, he just lost his wife. Of course he's this hurt. Man. After being knocked out, Flint wakes up in the jail. Later, Klaus helps him out. At the funeral of Hinua, we find out that Klaus is going to take revenge on the Drago, which killed Hinua. I will stop explaining the story there. The story is way better than the previous two games in storytelling, dramatic scenes, and such. I like how they execute the story with some of its cutscenes and music, etc. Sometimes I feel like this kind of storytelling surpasses other gaming stories I have seen so far too. If you aren't a fan of the previous two stories of Earthbound and Earthbound Zero, or Beginnings, then you will like this one. I am positive. During deciding the score for the story, I was caught between two decisions. But after some time to think about it, I then decided, with everything I said and more, to give story 3 stars. Though it is the same score I have gave Earthbound in its story, I still think that this story is way better than Earthbound. Music. The music to this game is improved from the last game, with some remixes, but some of the songs make certain cutscenes very dramatic and awesome. If no one had noticed at the beginning of this video, there is a mode called Sound Player. And as the name implies, you can listen to the entire soundtrack of the game, even in points you have not reached yet. In this mode, you can play songs as if you had an iPod. Although it doesn't feel like it due to us playing on the PC. I mean, if we had it in the Game Boy Advanced version, we can play the songs and then put the Game Boy in our pockets, if you know what I mean. Yeah, good point. The sounds are okay, but there is an importance to some sound effects when you fight an enemy. But we will get there in gameplay. So they have improved on the music, with some remixes from Earthbound. And okay sound effects in some level, although the remix of some sound effects that were from Earthbound did sound kind of weak, but that's just the Game Boy Advance's limitations. Although, for some of the new songs that are in this game, oh boy, they are awesome. With everything I said and more, I decided to give music 4 stars. Graphics. The graphics are okay. The characters and objects in the overworld are detailed and are much bigger than Earthbound. Although, I honestly don't like the color lighting to this game. In Earthbound, the environment was so beautiful and very colorful. But here, the color schemes seems too bright and blurry. Sorry, but I just don't think they did well in the quality of things in this game. Although all the objects and characters do well in making good cutscenes. The battle environments are the same as Earthbound, but one of them, which resembles Earthbound, seems a bit smaller. Well, here's an example. First, take a look at this. Now, look at this. You see the difference? So, I think this background looks good in the game, although I am not a fan of the rest of the backgrounds in this game. I think Earthbound did these backgrounds better due to them looking bigger and had much more coloring. Although it was nice to see some of those backgrounds come back from Earthbound. With everything I said and more, I decided to give graphics 3 stars. Gameplay. I think I forgot to mention that I replayed this game to get an overall opinion on the game, so my score may have been different from my failed version of this review. Just wanted to let you know. Anyways. The gameplay is a bit like Earthbound, although they have made big changes to it. Although, I'll try not to take long in explaining them, and I may not bring up all of them that's in the game. One difference you will notice is that the sprint mechanic is completely different from Earthbound. To use the sprint button, you first have to hold down B while you are standing still. Then, let go of it to start running non-stop. The only way to stop is either press B again or just run into a wall. I don't know why they decided to do this. I don't think the sprint button needed an improvement at all, but I do like using this mechanic, so I'm not complaining or anything. Another difference is that at the beginning of the game, there is no money in this game, so you don't have to buy anything. Everything's free! Although I have heard that you do use money later on, so bummer. Another difference is that to interact with people and or objects, just press A, which means you don't have to go through the menu and or press L to interact with stuff. Some differences in battle in this game is some of the party members have special abilities that only they know. Like Duster has thief skills, Boney can sniff opponents, Flint has brute force, and I'm sure there's plenty more. Between you and me, some of the special moves Flint uses in the brute force thing is really useless. It's useful, but it misses a lot. Each move I just mentioned has a list of special moves. Except for Boney, due to him only having Sniff. And the moves they have are different. Remember when I mentioned at music that some sound effects are important in fighting in this game? Well, here's why. When you attack, a new rhythm comes on. If you keep tapping the A button to that new beat, you can have combo attacks on them. The more beats you hit, the longer the rhythm will go, and the more combos you will land on them. I think I have heard that each rhythm is different by characters or something like that, so be aware of that. You can heal up on beds marked by blue pillows, which is nice. But you can also have your party members go into hot springs. And if you wait a while, you will fully recover. Hey, it's a good thing they didn't show any nakedness or anything like that. I could be forgetting some other improvements and differences, but I'll stop there. In summary, the game has many changes in its gameplay, even on how the options look. And some of these changes are great, and do pose a challenge. And they make this game more fun sometimes too. With everything I said and more, I decided to give gameplay 3 stars. So with everything I said today, I decided to give this game 3 stars with a silver medal, and I recommended this game to any fan of the Mother series, or if you're not a fan of the Mother series and just want a good story. You know, one thing I didn't mention is that the save points are completely different. For one, in the previous 2 games, they had you call your dad on a payphone to save. But now, you can just save for free by talking to a frog. No, I'm not kidding. See? I'm sure he did more weird stuff than that in this game. I mean, besides the fact that the people in this world actually talk to animals, and some of those animals actually talk. Who knows? Okay, the review is done. Another one done. Now, how many more do I have left? I guess I'll have to count later. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. I'd like to apologize again for this taking long again, but hey, not every single review has to be done like within a couple weeks or something. But I will admit, there were times I took a break from the review for a while. And one other reason why this took me this long is, in my current Let's Play of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, I think I'm almost done with the game, or I may come to a place, kind of... I don't want to say too much to spoil what's in the game, but I just have a feeling that I'm going to get to a specific point of where I could stop, maybe Let's Playing for... Well, that's not what I was thinking, actually. But I wanted to get... Basically, I wanted to get the Let's Play done up to a certain point. Then I would get back to the review and, get it done. So, but that plan actually failed, because in my recent episode, I think... the episode was called Us vs. Riku, Part 1, Backtracking. And in that video, we ran into one of the hardest bosses I think I've ever seen in my life in this game. So, and we were backtracking that video, so it was hard or something. It was very hard, and I knew it was going to probably take me a while to beat that guy. So, or even to level up and stuff to get ready to fight him. So that's why I decided, I should finish the excuse me, sorry. That I should finish the review, after the episode. So, yep, that's why I'm doing it now. So that's also why, I didn't get this review done before October. Today's October 2nd by the time you hear this part. But anyways, sorry for taking long. I just want to say why this took so long. At least what you should know about that. But don't worry, I will keep doing these remakes of reviews because I have a lot ahead, and oh boy, I cannot wait until I complete these things. But But like I said, I don't set myself any sort of deadline or anything, but I try not to take long. So, hey, good thing I don't even meet the deadlines. I mean, I would. Wow, that would be so exhausting to do. But, anyways, I guess I'm rambling on this point. Alright, so I just want to mention that. So, thank you for watching, everybody. Sorry this took so long to upload. If you like what you saw today, be sure to like my video, because a lot of you seem to like my reviews other than my Let's Play for some reason. If you like this channel, be sure to subscribe to my channel. When you comment, no swearing in the comments. Tell friends and family about this channel. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Alright, I'll see you next time, everybody. Enjoy. Hey, by the way, as to answer a question I seem to not have answered in the beginning of this review, I mentioned that do I really want this game to be like an America release like everyone wanted or something? Do I think that? Honestly, I don't really care. I mean, I guess I would be very shocked that Nintendo would actually get to do it, but I mean, knowing the history of people like, demanding for it and it getting rejected and stuff. But as I said, I have hope that it will get released, as I said in the beginning of this review. So, who knows? Who knows? You never know, it could happen. So, as for I think, I really don't care if they do or don't, but I wouldn't mind at all if they did. So, I'm not like a die-hard fan or anything like that would be like, I demand for it, or something like that. I'm not one of those people, but I don't care. I mean, I have plenty of other games to keep myself happy, so I'm fine. Alright, I guess that's all. So, I'll see you next time, everybody. To this day, people demand the my mind wandered off there. Hey everybody, my second blooper reel. To this day, people demand the release of Mother 3 in America, which something wrong with the script. To this day, people demand the release of Mother 3 in America. That sounded terrible. Although I think that may end, and wow. Although I think that may end, concerning that before the Nintendo World Championship of 2015, at the end, wow, mess. Although I think that may end, concerning that before the Nintendo World Championship of 2015, at the Treehouse Live event, the creator of the franchise, Shikasato Itoi, gave us a game for the Wii U called Earthbound Beginnings, which is Earthbound Zero, a game. Oh wow, that was a mess up. So enjoy it now. The game is free. Wow, need water. So enjoy it now. The game is free to down. Well, let's press. But here ugh. Although it was nice to see some of those backgrounds come back from wow, almost said Burnbound. The game, wow. Another when you attack, a new rhythm comes on. If you keep tapping. Then the title comes on. Now this intro right here was cool. When the scene comes on and how the music plays into this intro, like a movie, and cut. That night, the ship that after the pigs escape, later they find out that Hinua was killed. Later they find out that Hinua was killed. After that, Flynn, I gotta rewrite that script. The music to this game is improved from the last game, with some remixes, but some of the songs that make certain cutscenes very dramatic, and... wait, something's wrong with the script again. And as the name implies, you can listen to the entire soundtrack... cut. And as the name... In this mode, you can play songs as if you had an iPod, although it doesn't feel like it due to us playing on the PC. I mean, if we had it cut. The sounds are okay, but there is an importance to some sound effects when you are fighting an enemy. But so they have improved on the music, with some remixes being from Earthbound. And okay sound effects in some level. Although the remix of sounds from Earthbound did sound weak. Man, cut. And okay sound effects on some level. Although the remix of some sound effects from Earthbound did sound weak, kind of, but that's just... man, still too slow. With everything I said and more, I decided to give me...